The cameras will be rolling on me 24/7 in the hopes that if I uncover anything at all, I'll have found the first ever documented proof.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm here with David Jung and Shane Johnson, the director and star of The Possession of Michael King, new horror film. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
So, David, tell me how you got this film off the ground.
Probably all started with, I've been writing movies in Hollywood for 10, 15 years now, and I've written scripts at various studios. I wrote the Dirty Harry video game for Clint Eastwood, and I kind of got to a point where I was tired of writing these big budget movies that I would sell someplace. Be like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it. And it would sit on the shelf and sit on the shelf, and the person that bought it would move to another company, and the studio would change, and things wouldn't happen. And so a friend of mine, one of my best friends, we got together one night, and we said, you know what, we're going to write low-budget horror movies, and we're going to direct them, and we're going to make a pact. And we shook on it, and we're going to manifest this to happen. I chose, specifically to do it as a found footage movie, knowing that if I had to, I could shoot that really cheaply and do it on the fly. So I wrote it, and we had a bunch of studios that were interested in doing it, and we made a deal with Gold Circle. And those guys were great. They got behind the movie. They said, we're going to make this, and we sat down, and as soon as I signed the deal, we started storyboarding and started putting the production together. And
Nice. I personally like found footage type horror films. Why do you think that genre is so effective, actually?
because I think that people love to believe that this stuff is real. They love to be scared. People go to horror movies because they want to be scared.
Right.
They want you to scare them. They want to have a feeling that, oh, did you hear that creak upstairs? Yeah, I just opened the door upstairs. No. It was right before you got to the top of the stairs. I heard a creak. It's like, no, I opened the door like, no, there's something up there. And there's an excitement that comes from that. What we made a conscious decision to try to do with Michael King, which I was telling you a moment ago, was we wanted to shoot it as cinematically as possible. Right. Michael Shane was a documentary filmmaker, and because he was a professional documentary filmmaker, we felt like, okay, we can shoot this more professionally,
right,
more like a professional would shoot it, so it doesn't have to be so amateur.
No, I mean, the film looks like it has a good budget, actually. I mean, it is very cinematic.
Well, we had, Phil Parmet shot it, who is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Made a big difference to have someone as experienced as Phil,
right,
who's done so many big movies and so many memorable things that, he could set the scene for us really quickly and effectively and give us that somewhat sexy look.
Right.
That moody horror movie look that we wanted.
Yeah. Shane, you're like in every frame of the movie. He puts you through the ringer. This thing.
Yes, he does. Tell
me about the experience of that.
The thing that was really important for me going into this was being prepared. I think that was a big factor, and I think that's why the movie, one of the reasons for me why the movie was a successful experience, because, especially from one day to the next, you don't know what you're going to be shooting. Sometimes we would be shooting something at the end of the movie and then turn around and shoot something at the beginning of the movie, and trying to keep all that straight in your head. Thank God for Bruce. We had a script supervisor who was amazing, because I was always like, where are we and what just happened and where are we going? And so keeping all that straight in my head was a factor. In terms of having this amazing journey that I get to go on from A to Z, really, with this guy, as much as I can, think of in any movie, I get to really go through the ringer. I feel like it's pretty standard that we all have questions about these things. Like
supernatural.
What is real, what isn't real, and we toy with it, and we flirt with the idea of whether or not it's real or not. Mm-hmm. A lot of us like to believe, we don't totally believe, and so really, it was easy for me to hook into this, and also really frightening.
They're gonna kill me in here. That's what they're gonna do. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind. This is a bad idea. Jordan, check this out.
Was there ever a point that it just started to get a little too unnerving for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're, even as an actor, when you're invoking the devil, and you're sort of spitting in his face, and then you have to go home and sleep at night. But I knew that for this film to work, not the character, but Shane.
Yeah.
Shane had to be frightened and had to be questioning all of these things, because otherwise it's just, you know, I come and I do my thing on set, and then I go and I crack open a Coke, and I'm, you know, getting my makeup done, and it's that, right?
Right.
I had to really go there. And so, you know, it crept into my life quite a bit.
So what was the most difficult scene or sequence for you to do?
There was a day, an entire day, where I basically was crawling around in my underwear, because David was like, "You have to be in your underwear," and it was up and down stairs and stuff like that. Yeah. And for the next 6 months, my shoulders were
really,
yeah, like some sort of tendon in my shoulders was just ruined.
Sound plays an important role, I think, in a lot of horror movies anyway, but especially in found footage too, because there's not a lot of music. And I actually watched this with headphones on, so it stood out for me, and it was effectively creepy. So tell me a little bit about that, and also the choice of voice you used for the demon.
Well, you know, sound played a very important role in the screenplay. And when this is a movie about one man who's slowly going insane or becoming possessed, and you're dealing with a lot of sound that's happening in his head.
Right.
And he's talking about this specific demon comes on with this cacophonous sound. And trying to externalize that sound was something that we really wanted to try to achieve. We wanted to be able to slightly feel this guy's pain as he's going through it. And so we chose quite consciously to use a lot of jarring, sharp sounds. And some people may accuse us of, did we use those sounds for jump scares, or just to be like, it's getting too loud and it's uncomfortably loud? We wanted that to happen.
Right.
We wanted you to kind of feel a touch of what he's feeling, if we could. We had this great, interesting, original sounding demonic insect voice, all planned with tests of it done, and we just didn't have the time or the money to be able to get it into the movie. And it's one of the things that, one of the many things that drives me crazy when you know that there's things that you can do better on your project, and you want it to happen so badly, and there's just no way to make it happen. So
I thought the voice was effective. It scared me.
It's fine. It's, but it's just like your traditional slowed down demon voice kind of. It wasn't slowed down.
No, it wasn't. It reminded me of The Exorcist, which I still think is classically scary, still to this day. But it had that weird, like, you don't even know it's.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Isn't it wonderful?
Well, thank you so much for coming here. I appreciate it. The movie was great. I really loved it. Cheers to demons.
Cheers.
Everywhere.
I'll drink
Demons.
to that.
Cheers to demons.
Really? Should we
Demons.
do that? It seems dangerous.